Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Kisha. I'm the author of the Glamorous French Housewife blog. That link is below. Today I'm going to be going over some of the books you guys have asked a lot of questions about, especially the My Life Story, a diary for your entire life. I'm going to be going over this today in detail since I've gotten so many questions. So many people want to make their own. They want to see how the book is set up, how it's laid out. And so I'm going to show all that. I'm also going to be going over my prayer books, my morning one and my evening. I get a ton of questions about these. So I'm going to try to answer those questions and tell you about those books. And then I also have been getting a lot of questions about Jackson's Bible. It's the Deep Blue Kids Bible, and I'm going to be going over that quite a bit too. In case you guys are, interested, I know quite a few of you were interested in this children's Bible. All these books I've received numerous questions on. I thought today that, it's the weekend, I have plenty of time. I'm going to be filming a few videos today, but this one I'm going to flip the camera around and really, show you the book. So if you want to see these books, just keep watching and I'll show you everything. So here is how My Life Story, a diary for your whole life, is packaged. It comes in this white box. There's the book, and on the back of the box you can see that they have, illustrations on how the book can be, filled out. There's information in the bottom about what's contained within the book. And then when you take it out, here it is. So I have the black one. I do know that they make a white one too. And this is a very thick book. You're clearly not going to be able to keep it in the case once it gets full, kind of like that book. It's going to get big. And this was a gift, and I'm still trying to figure out what to do with it. So the very first page, it says, My Life Story, gives you a few lines to write, whose name, your name, or whoever's name. And then down here at the bottom, it shows, if you find this book, please return to. It gives you an address. Then there's an About Me page. And on the About Me page, there's everything from names, gender, time, date of birth, place of birth, weight at birth, parents, siblings, delivered by, blood type, star sign, nationality, birthmarks, hair and eye color, first word, first step, allergies, bunny habits. And then over here there's a blank page, and it says down here at the bottom that it's for a baby photo or a hand or footprint or a baby scan or a hospital tag. That's really what that page is for. Then there's this page with these two different bodies on it, and it says at the bottom, what were you born with and what have you done to yourself? Birthmarks, piercings, etc. It says moles, freckles, tattoos, piercings, scars. Gives you more room to write and add pictures and to kind of mark the bodies up. And then on this page is a world map, and it says where have you lived and where have you been, and you can kind of notate the places that you visited and lived. There's another page for a picture or whatever you want to go along with that. The next thing is your bucket list. 50 things to do before you die. There's 50 different bullets, and it gives you plenty of things, plenty of room to list the things you want to accomplish. Then the next page is education, and it says when, where, age, grade, qualifications. Gives you a bunch of room to write in stuff about education, and then more like picture room or whatever. The next one is awards and achievements. When, where, what age. Gives you plenty of room to write those things down, and then another page to add whatever you'd like. Then there's 2-line places for your job history. When, where, age, and position, which is kind of nice, lots of room. The next page is useful skills. Gives you a long list of bulleted places to write, and usefulness skills, things you're not so good at. It gives you another bullet list to write those down. And then it says never forget. And it says friends, partners, colleagues, who, and why. So it gives you plenty of room to write that down. Gives you an extra page. Gives you room for pictures or any kind of memorabilia you want to add to your book. And then we start with spring. Sorry. So down here at the bottom of the pages, it lists spring, and then you got proud moments, random events, good films, new possessions, inspiring quotes, new skills, love, world events, family, concerts, birthdays, and useful facts. So at the beginning of spring, it gives you a page that you can, add whatever you want, say a picture or movie tickets or whatever, memorabilia you want to add. And then it gives you the page to write down on. And then you go to summer, and summer is the exact same thing. Objects, at the bottom it says objects of desire, travel, job, good books, art, best friends, fashion, grandparents, respect, passion, hobbies, holidays, pets, lovers, disappointments, and weather. So you can circle and you can write whatever you want in these pages and add whatever you want on the adjoining blank page. And then you go into autumn. And autumn's list at the bottom is bad films, enemies, disasters, politics, faith, emotions, property, Halloween, car, food, illnesses, habits, theater, weight, hair, thrills, and employment. And again, you got the blank page to do whatever you want on, and then some line pages or some lines to be able to write things down on. And then you come on to winter. So again, it breaks this down in seasons, and it has the year, the place, your age, and then it says creations, house and home, pottery, television, jokes, giggles, cinema, play, nights out, feelings, gossip, joy, test, accidents, dreams, and temptations. Sorry about the auto zoom or the autofocus. At the end of the year, it says highlights of the year, best and worst moments. It gives you a place to write. And then at the very bottom, it also gives you a place to write what you love and what you hate. There's a place for a picture of you or whoever this book is about from that year. You can put your height and your weight at the bottom. There's such detail in this book. Then you go back to spring and summer. Again, it's breaking it down by seasons. Autumn, winter, and each one of these is different. At the bottom down here are the little things, like for winter, on this particular year it says photographs, climate, driving, party, bars, freedom, lottery, outdoors, people, safety, power, pollution, snow, painting, territory, community, and humor. I mean, they got little notes down here on all of them. I guess you're supposed to circle whichever one your personal note is more about, I'm guessing. I don't really know. So you can go all through the book by seasons. Again, there's autumns and winter and spring, and then towards the back, let's get to the back. Okay. So in the back of the book, there is the first spot after the highlights of the year from the last month of the book and the picture of you or whoever. It's got 10 years from now, a letter to myself in 10 years' time. You can go ahead and write out your letter anytime you want to. There's room for pictures on this blank pages, and compose your own before you die, and this is for your epitaph. And there's even a place for your eulogy. And you can write your own can't even say it. Your eulogy. And you can write your own. I should write my own. And then it says, If you reach the end of this book, you can contact us at beatsuckit.uk.com, and we will give you a complimentary continuation copy. So that's pretty nice. And then in the back, it simply says the end. And you got pockets, one that goes in like this, and two here that you can add whatever you'd like. So all in all, this is a beautiful book. I'm just not sure how I'm doing it. I thought about doing it for the kids, and then I thought, well, I can do it based on our family or based on me. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure my mom wanted me and my sister to do it. That's why she gave it to us. But I'm not sure how I'm doing it. I will probably do the family where I can put things from the kids and everything else. So I'll probably just do like the Jaggers family and document stuff about our family. So that's my idea of this book. This book is really, really nice. It's super thick, and it's got thick, sturdy paper. There would be some bleed through if you're using any kind of Sharpie, so you're going to have to be careful of what kind of pens you use on it. But I think this is a wonderful thing to leave your family, your children, your grandchildren, so they can get to know you when you're not here. So I'm definitely going to use this. I'm just not sure exactly how or when I'm going to start it, but I'll be sure to let you guys know. Okay, now let's talk about my prayer books. I get so many questions asked about both of these that I definitely needed to include them in this video. So every morning and every night, I start my day and end my day with prayer. And I find that puts me in a better mindset for the upcoming day and a better mindset to fall asleep easy and not think about the tons of things for the upcoming day and the upcoming week. When I read my prayer book right before I fall asleep, I usually am thinking about what I just read. So it does help clear my head to go to sleep. Now, I have found this one at Hallmark, just in my mall, and I found this one in my local Walmart. You can find these everywhere. I saw one in my grocery store I recently wanted to purchase. I did not yet, because I still have quite a ways to go in both of these. But I have been reading prayer books for a very long time. My grandma Mary used to have her prayer books and dedication books out every day, and I would visit her quite often and read her books. So from about the age of 14 or 15 on, I started reading prayer books. Now, there have been a few years, probably my mid-20s, when I didn't read one every day, but I do read them like clockwork now. I've been reading them for a few years. This one is my morning one. It's called Jesus is Calling, Enjoying Peace in His Presence by Sarah Young. Now, you can see that this has a beautiful dedication to her mother, and then she's got quite a long introduction. And then you get to January, and it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." It's beautiful. And here I am. Now, I started this book actually back here in I don't remember, October maybe. And I kind of just, at the first of the year, started reading through January and decided I would catch back up with what I read later. So I'm at January 18th, and just so you guys know what I read today, I will share it with you. "I am leading you along the high road, but there are descendants as well as ascendants. In the distance you see the snow-covered peaks glistening in brilliant sunlight. Your longing to reach those peaks is good, but you must not take shortcuts. Your assignment is to follow me, allowing me to direct your path. Let the heights beckon you onward, but stay close to me. Learn you can trust me when things go wrong. Disruptions to your routine highlight your dependence on me. Trusting acceptance of trials brings blessings that far outweigh them all. Walk hand in hand with me through this day. I have lovingly planned every inch of the way. Trust does not falter when the path becomes rocky and steep. Breathe deep draughts of my presence and hold tightly to my hand. Together we can make it." And I think that's beautiful, and that's how I started my day today. So I think that's just a great mindset to get in before you start any day, is to get in your prayer book. If I had to pick one between morning and night, I would always pick morning, because it's a long day most days around here, and I need as much inspiration and help and guidance from God as I can get to make it through every single day. So I just flip it, and I know that tomorrow I will be reading this page, and I do not read ahead. I don't really ever read ahead. I don't like to do that. My husband does, but I don't. So that is that one. Again, it's Jesus is Calling by Sarah Young, and it's my morning prayer book, and goes all the way to December 31st. In the back, I haven't really looked a whole lot. There's more books from Sarah Young, more Jesus is Calling books. You can always get the app, and that's also here. If you guys want to know what that is, just let me know, and I'll be sure to tell you. And it's just a wonderful way to start your day. I love it. And I'm still a book girl. Sure, I can read these on my Nook, and there are apps like, I don't know, like Daily Blessings or something, but I still want the book. So at night, before I go to sleep, the last thing I do is read in my evening prayer book. This says it's a 365-degree pocket evening prayers. And again, I found this at my local Walmart. This book was written by David R. Bierman, and it's comfort and peace to end each day. It has a small introduction compared to the morning one, and it starts with day 1. Now, I picked this up a while ago. I am on day 78, a prayer about controlling the tongue. So that's what I'll be reading tonight. Don't want to read it now. But this really helps me, because a lot of times I used to, take my sleep meds, watch TV, fall asleep. And when I was trying to fall asleep, I would think about everything in the upcoming day. And it just really messed me up. I couldn't get to sleep. But now the last thing I do is read out of this book. And when I do that, I'm thinking about the passage I just read. I did it last night, the night before. I always think about what I read. And that really does put me in a better mindset for getting a peaceful night's sleep. I know it sounds funny, but it really does help me. And I have sleep problems. So I read this every night. In the back of this book, you can find the index where they've used all the different scriptures, and a prayer about home is the last prayer. So you can find that again at your local Walmart, or at least that's where I found mine. So these books are both mean a lot to me. I take them when I travel. I have them with me wherever I'm going to be waking up and going to sleep at. Wherever that is, these books follow. So I'm going to be talking now about my son's Bible, the Deep Blue Kids Bible. I've had so many questions about this that I thought that I would show this also in this video, so you guys can find out where to get it and more about it. So this was a gift from my mother-in-law to Jackson, and she found this at her local Christian bookstore. So if you Google Christian bookstores in your area and call, I bet they have this Bible. So this is not a young little kid's Bible. It's more in between kids and adolescent. And Jackson is 11 and needed some type of older Bible. So it's so soft and beautiful. His name is engraved, and most of the Christian bookstores have engravers in them. So in case you didn't know that, you can buy the Bible or whatever spiritual book you want, and you can have it engraved with your name or whoever's name. Most of them do that. So this has a beautiful note to Jackson. It says it's presented to by the occasion and the date. You can see all the kids. And then it tells you more about the Bible in the front with such nice illustrations, which is great for kids. There's a ton of writers who contributed to this book. I can't, name them all right now. And designers. And it has tons of helpful notes about Bible practices. And then it tells you how to read, the scriptures and find the chapter and the verse, which is helpful to young kids who are still learning the Bible. You got different navigation points if you're looking for a particular verse. And now some notes for the parents or whoever's working with the child in the book. Then there's a nice page of different abbreviations and terms that's used throughout the book to help, the children understand exactly what they're reading. More about this book. And I just find that the illustrations and drawings are so beautiful. I think it stands out. So that's one of the reasons kids like to read it so much. So again, it starts with Genesis, as all Bibles do. Well, at least most of the ones I know. And at the end, there's like a summary recap of what they just read. The umbrella, let's see, where's it at? The sailboat, where's the sailboat? The life preserver here notes to give responses to tough questions or context hard to find passages. And then the umbrella notes right here, they stand for notes to address challenging character traits and emotions. And so this is about a jealous rage. And it's just so well written and beautiful. My son actually loves reading this. And the pages are a little bit thicker where the kids could make some notes if need be. Jackson's actually been taught not to ever write in books. Excuse me. So he does not write in his Bible. He knows he'd probably get in trouble. But I wouldn't mind, really. But, I'm trying to teach the kids to take care of books. So writing in them is generally a no-no for most books in our house. The Lighthouse Notes are about notes to demonstrate core faith concepts at an age-appropriate level. So this one talks about giving back to God. There's another umbrella one, which is about character traits. Again, a summary. It's just a beautiful written Bible. So Jackson's been studying this, and he's going to keep studying. It's, silver lined. And in the back, there are lots of maps to show him what they're talking about. Just more information. Beautiful maps. I love maps. And this is just an age-appropriate book for 11 to probably 15 to 16-year-old, actually. I think it's a wonderful book. And I think it's perfect for a young child who is outgrown the baby Bible, but is still a little too young for the full, adult Bible. I think this is perfect. So, again, I think you can probably just Google this. I'll put a link below for you guys. I'll Google it for you in case you're interested in purchasing it. But you can probably find it in your local Christian bookstore. Just, Google that and call them, and you should be able to find it. And I'm sure your child would love it as much as mine. It makes it more interesting for kids. They kind of jazz it up a little bit because it's just not that easy for kids to understand a lot that went on back, when Jesus was alive and all the different miracles. So this is just perfect, and I think it's a wonderful addition to his Bibles. Now, we keep all of our kids' Bibles and our family's Bibles. Even when we outgrow them, they do not go out in the yard sale or to the Goodwill. We save all of the Bibles that we've ever used in our home. And that's just something we do. So that about wraps up all the books I'm going to show you. Let me get back in front of the camera and I'll finish this up. So as you saw, this is an amazing diary. Now my suggestion is you could start it for young children. You could start it late life for yourself. You could do so many things with this book. You could make one yourself, as so many of you guys have told me you're going to. And this is one amazing diary. It was a gift from my mom for Christmas, and I haven't began to fill it out yet. I'm not sure if it's for me or for the kids. I'm just giving it a couple of weeks till I can really make up my mind how I plan on using this. Again, these prayer books just lift me up in the morning and in the evening. I feel better after I get done reading these. This one helps, soothe my mind before I go to bed. So instead of thinking about all of the things for the upcoming day and the upcoming week, I focus more my thoughts when I'm drifting out to sleep on what I've read in this one. So it does help me fall asleep a little bit better and puts me in a better mindset. And then I wake up and get right back in that mindset by reading a morning prayer book. And those are just two of my favorites. I have quite a few of these, and sometimes I'll even rotate them. Like last year's, I'll use 2015. I'll just rotate them because no matter how many times you read through this, you're going to find new messages that seem to fit your life every time you pick it up. There's sometimes when I know my husband just came through, opened the book, and went to write whatever he was reading, or whatever he went, opened it up to and started reading it, and really felt like that applied more to his life than flipping through the daily pages. For me, flipping through the daily pages works a little bit better, but there are times when, I'm just sitting there and I just want to see what maybe God wants me to read, and I'll take one of my books and just open it up at a random place and see what it says. So those are two of my favorite prayer books for right now. And then, as I showed you, the Deep Blue Kids Bible is just a superb Bible for a young adult. Now, Jackson is 11, like I said. He'll be 12 next year in October this year. And this was a step up from the Kids Bible. So he just keeps taking baby steps till he gets to a full-blown adult Bible. He reads this every night without exception. There is no wiggle room for that. I make him take about 25 minutes and read through it. He's moving right along, and I think it's perfect for any age child, probably from age 9 to 14 or 15. But by about 15, I'm going to think they're probably going to need a more adult Bible. So I hope you've enjoyed this entire video. I hope it hasn't been too long. And if you have any other questions about the books that I'm reading or questions about the books that I've shown you, leave those in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to get those questions answered. And I'm also going to be doing an organizational Ask the Housewife question and answer. If you have any organizational questions, also leave them, in the comments on my blog, send them an email, leave me a message on Facebook, my fan page. Let me know what your organizational questions are if you have any, and I'll be sure to answer those in an upcoming video too. So thank you again for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.